that, somebody that can help you see that kickoff in 12 days. We're going to visit with, to start with, and Walker Sandlin from the Georgia Southern Ticket Office. Walker, appreciate you joining us.
Appreciate it, guys. Looking forward to a great year. Like I said, 12 days away. Fastly approaching.
We were talking before we got on here about how whenever you're talking to people about getting on with Georgia Southern, becoming season ticket holders, you tell them, hey, it's so many days away, and you started at 50 and you had a countdown in your office, and now you're down to 12.
Yeah, so I started out at 50 days just to let people know, hey, 50 days away. That was in July. So, college football was getting closer, but, media days hasn't happened. Once media days happened, that, countdown got, a little closer and closer, and then now it's August. So we're 12 days away, and it's fastly coming. And I tell people every day it's going to be here before we know it, and now it's almost here.
Are you tearing days off? Are you putting X's through days? How did you do the countdown?
So we got a big board in our office, so it's just a big number. It's big 1, 2, and it's start, days to kick off, and every morning that's the first thing I do is change that. So tomorrow, first thing I did, 8:30, 11 days to kick off, and now just remind myself and others, hey, we're 11 days to kick off now.
Before we get too deep into it, let's kind of talk about how people get in touch with you. I know you're relatively new to Georgia Southern Athletics. I think you said you started back in March. But how can people get in touch with you and be a part of what Georgia Southern is going for now?
Absolutely. So we got a website, gseagles.com/tickets. On that, you get all of our information about tickets. My name's on there. As my other bosses, Nathan Castillo, director of ticket ops, and then Jack Giscaria, he's our assistant, and then Trevor Johnson, he's a GM sales. So we are the Power Four that had to control the ticket office and fills those seats, not just for football, but all sporting events here at Georgia Southern.
I know you've talked about it at different occasions, different events, but Georgia Southern Ticket Office has really done big things. We talked about what the Athletic Foundation has done this past year, but it's been a really good year for the ticket office as well.
Absolutely. The Athletic Foundation and us work in the same office, so we go, we work together well. So we work with them. So season ticket holders in football, actually, some of our areas around the stadium joined the Irk Russell Fund. That supports our student athletes. So I always let people know in the fund that, how much money they give is going towards student athletes. And you get to come out and support them with 6 great home games, 6 home games that I think 2 top 25 teams coming in here. Athens, Georgia currently cannot have anything to say about that because they don't have top 25 teams coming to visit them.
Anytime we can hold something over Georgia's head, you got to take advantage.
Currently, right now, as of today's date, they don't have any top 25 teams visiting them this fall. So
I'm sure Kirby likes it that way.
It can change. But so that's what we got going on. But like I said, we're working. We got ticket booklets been sent out. Those people should be receiving them here pretty soon. So if you're listening and if you want to call in tomorrow about ticket booklets, they're coming. UPS should be coming by today when we're leaving office and picking those up, and we're shipping them. So.
Talk about the numbers that you guys have been able to hit this year. It's been, again, a really good year for the ticket office and being able to sell the season tickets, but also that means more support for the Georgia Southern Eagle Nation.
Absolutely. As of right now, I believe we're close to setting records from previous years. I'm not sure the exact numbers, but I know we're close. So these next couple of days, we're pushing hard for those season tickets. If you checked our social media pages, you saw the videos, and all, Twitter and Facebook. So we're pushing those because we're very close to breaking records, if not here breaking them pretty soon. So keep supporting, and like I said, keep buying. So.
That's got to be amazing. For the last year and a half, all we've heard about is COVID and how we've had to deal with COVID, how we've had to adapt with COVID, to set fundraising records in the middle of a pandemic, to have maybe the most season ticket holders we've ever had still at the tail end of that pandemic. That has to give you guys a lot of pride.
It gives us a lot of hope, and you see the support, and that's our job. Our job isn't to coach and teach players. My job is to fill seats for all of our sport and athletics. So each and every day I go in office with that mentality is just, pack as many seats and create as many experiences for families and people coming to Paulston or J.I. Clemens or Hanner or any other sporting event here at Georgia Southern. It's just going to make an experience for everyone that makes it out. So that's our goal here in the ticket office as well.
Now, you guys don't just handle football. It's everything across Georgia Southern Athletics. And this year, a little bit of a change of what sports are ticketed events. And so, correct me if I'm wrong, you've got football, obviously, volleyball going to be starting up this weekend, men's and women's basketball coming up before too long, and then baseball and softball
Correct.
are all ticketed events. Outside of that, you've got everything else is free range.
Everything's free.
Everybody else can come in and support how they want.
Yep, soccer's getting kicked off. So those games, just look them up. Go to the stadium. There can be no admission, so they're free. Tennis as well. Any other sport, like any other sport here, Georgia Southern that you don't see that's ticketed, stop by and watch. They definitely will appreciate support as well.
And within the last few weeks, the Pledge Per Win campaign has come out where Eagle Nation can say every time Eagles win a football game, this is how much we're going to give. And being at the luncheon earlier today where Coach Lunsford spoke at the Bullitt County Alumni Luncheon, David Cutler mentioned we're somewhere around $2,000 that is going to be pledged per Georgia Southern win, which if things go right, that means we're going to have about $30,000 with a 15-0 record. But what's been your experience trying to share that with people?
Yeah, just letting people know, just support the coaches as well. They're putting in some hours each and every day. So just kind of giving them a mark of just seeing that of, each and every win. This will be back donated to the Coaches Fund.
Yeah.
And that's pushing them as well, not just for the money, but it's just good overall to support the coaches, not just the regular coaches, but, the GAs, the volunteer people. It supports everyone within the football staff. So this is all the fundraiser supports everyone.
Got a question on Facebook Live. David Cutler, as you mentioned, asking, hey, Tex, how many tickets have you sold today?
Okay, so, we sold a couple of singles this morning. I sold 3 season today.
I thought you were going to say as you walked in the door.
Yeah.
Close some deals, end of the day.
Absolutely, that's what it is. Got some people. We're hopefully going to write some checks to our office tomorrow. So I got those seats saved for them just for tonight. Let them know, hey, contact me tomorrow. So we got more coming tomorrow, David. I say every number I sell, I go to his office and say, hey, 3 more on the board, just to let them know.
Take us through that process and for people that haven't done it before, haven't bought season tickets for Georgia Southern, you can have your seats for as long as you want to have your seats. You can pick them out individually. Take us through that process of what it looks like for somebody coming on new.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we have good rates for everyone. We have the Grass Hill seats that start at $80. So those are not physical seats, but you're more than welcome to bring a blanket, bring your family, come out, sit on that Grass Hill, which is not a bad area, I've heard. It's not a bad view as well. I've sat there and watched them practice, and it's not a bad view. So those start at $80 as a family plan. And then, season ticket ranges from $220 to the club to $135, on the home side, and then $135 on the away side as well. So some of those do require donation. Like I said, that donation is the Irk Russell Fund, so that money is getting supporting student athletes. So I always remind people that, like I said, this donation is supporting athletes. So that's the process. So we have areas open around our stadium. So I kind of help people, first off, is where they like to sit. Some people have particular areas they like. Some people are very easy and be like, there's not a bad seat in Paulson. So find me something. And so just go from there and just select them through the process. And hopefully you got some seats they like. And they want to come out and see us. I'll let them know they can come by the office, and I'll take them to those seats. They can sit down in them and just get a bird's eye view of like what would it be like on a game day here. So I do that with people as well. So that's kind of the process through that.
Dive a little bit into your story. You and I were talking about it before we started rolling here about how born and raised in Georgia, being able to be a Georgia boy, you knew about Georgia Southern, and that's part of what made you come back and work for Georgia Southern.
Yeah, so I'm from Noonan, Georgia, about 45 minutes south of Atlanta. So growing up, my dad was a high school football coach, so I knew a lot about high school football and also getting big in college. I grew up an Alabama fan, being from the state of Georgia. My dad went to Alabama, his sister go to Alabama, had a mom go to Auburn, and a sister go to Auburn. So we are a house divided through and through.
Now, how do y'all function during the season?
It's very interesting.
Okay.
So the kick six was an interesting part of my life.
Yeah, I could
my
see
dad
that.
just had to get in the car and drive around for a couple hours. It was something that a lot of people it's funny, but it's memorable. And then I went to Jacksonville State University, so we are in the FCS. So that's the football I watched for college. So I loved the FCS type program,
Nice. And
and I knew Georgia Southern had a good run in that. But the Sun Belt is a great conference, and I know that jump has just benefited y'all the most. So did some time with the Atlanta Falcons in sales, but then got a job opportunity down here. And I knew what I was getting myself into. I wasn't coming down to a metropolitan big city. I knew I'm coming down to a football heaven. I knew a lot about the tradition here, not just in football, but all other sports. So that led me to come down here. It was just a tradition in the athletic department, and I haven't turned back since, and I loved it ever since.
What else have you found out since you've been here?
That these fans they take Georgia Southern pretty seriously.
Yeah.
As David Cutler say, they're true blue, and I do believe that. There's been a lot of people that told stories of just the beginning days. That's been great to hear.
Yeah.
A couple of people come in and say, I put concrete in that stadium, and I always like to say, please tell me what was that like, because look at it now, and what were you doing back in the 80s, and putting concrete in, and then seeing it now. What do you think about it? And they've been a season ticket holder since the start, and just get their reaction from it. And also talking to our young alumni, just the recent college kids that come out, and they get that good rate of a young alumni rate for season tickets that we offer. After 4 years, they get a discounted rate on their season tickets, just getting back to the program pretty early. So even talking to them and saying, why did you get on board so quick? So I've loved talking to people. So that's one thing that got me into sales. So I love hearing people's stories, and they've been some amazing stories since I've been here of just y'all's fans in general.
Before we let you go, again, how can people reach out to you? How can people get in contact with not only football season tickets? I know that's a big push right now, but you could volleyball season tickets as well, and then we'll get into basketball here in the next couple of months.
We are live with said football and volleyball right now for all of our season tickets. Basketball here be getting up pretty soon, finalizing that schedule. We're getting that built. So you can reach us at 1-800-GSU-WINS. We have student workers Monday through Friday, along with myself and others. Give us a call. We can answer any of your ticket questions, take you through the process, and help you secure some tickets and get you out for great 6 home games this year, and also any other sports as well.
I know there's a lot of people over in that office that really love Georgia Southern, really love being able to help the experience of becoming a season ticket holder. Walker, appreciate you joining us tonight.
I appreciate it, guys. Appreciate what y'all do. Let me come on and talk about a little bit of ticketing. And like I said, reach us at 1-800-GSU-WINS. We'll take care of y'all.
Thanks a lot, man.